Hello everyone. My name is Angèle Saint Germain, and I am excited and honored and humbled to be the current president of Impact San Antonio. This is our 18th Grant Award night, so welcome everyone. Grant Award night is the thrilling culmination of another fantastic year, and we are delighted that each of you are able to be here with us today. Impact San Antonio empowers women to join together to achieve meaningful change through collective philanthropy. It is because of extraordinary generosity of hundreds of amazing women that we were once again able to award over $500,000 in impactful grants to help area nonprofits. Tonight, we celebrate the generosity of Impact San Antonio members, as well as the sponsors and other supporters who make what we do possible. We also celebrate our agency finalists who have worked tirelessly to make a positive impact in our community and have put forth thoughtful project proposals for our members to vote on. The pinnacle of the evening will be the announcement of this year's $100,000 high-impact grants in the 5 focus areas. Tonight should be a real treat, full of inspiration, excitement, and gratitude. So welcome to the party. All of the projects submitted by this year's finalists are outstanding, and tonight, I have the privilege to announce the selection of our 2022 High Impact Grant recipients, who will each receive $100,000, as well as support grant recipients who will receive $11,000. Now, if you are so inclined, we encourage you to take selfies throughout the evening and post them to your favorite social media platform. It's a great way to share the collective power of women and spread the word about Impact San Antonio and the impact that you are all making. So you can tag your photos with hashtag GAN2022 and hashtag ImpactSA. So here's a quick look at tonight's agenda, which is the heart of our awards selection. For each of our 5 focus areas, the 2021 High Impact Grant recipient will first share an update of the progress of their project. It's going to be super rewarding to see all that they've been able to accomplish with their grant. And also, it reminds us of the positive difference Impact San Antonio is helping to make in our community. We'll then move to the 2 2022 finalists in that focus area and a brief video for each, highlighting their amazing grant proposals. After the videos are shown, I will announce this year's High Impact Grant recipient for that focus area and present a ceremonial check to up here on stage. So as a reminder to all of the finalists, at the end of the program, I'll join you all at the Deal of White alcove to the right for additional photos with your entire team. Now, I know everyone is anxious to hear the results, and I am as well, so we have to do a few things, though, before we get there. And those things are going to be some thank yous. We simply couldn't make this level of impact without the support of so many people. On behalf of the Board of Directors of Impact San Antonio, I want to thank all of the people who have come together to make this year and this evening possible. So our new and renewing members who once again gave very generously. Our member volunteers who help us fulfill our mission every day. A special thanks to those who worked so hard to make this grant award night even possible. Our non-voting contributors who add to our grant pool. And I'd like to make a special shout out to Dr. Charles Christian. This is his 10th year as a non-voting contributor, and we very much appreciate him and his guests for attending tonight. Our sponsors and members who have provided operational funding that allows us to do this important work, and our partners making tonight's event a success, and that's Inspire Event Technologies, Paige Bartow Catering, Easy Carts, and the Whitty Museum. Now, if you fall into one or more of these groups that I just mentioned, could you please stand for a moment so that we can express our appreciation? And since we said members, that's going to be pretty much most of the room. Now, I also want to take a moment to specifically acknowledge the critical role of our sponsors. We could not do this important and impactful work without added financial support to cover our operating expenses. Since 100% of the $1,000 membership contribution goes towards our grant pool, we must raise separate funds to operate, and sponsors and members help with that. Impact San Antonio is grateful to Valero for generously stepping forward as the presenting sponsor of our 2022 Grant Award Night. Now, as a member of Valero's leadership team, I am particularly proud and honored that they did support us in this way, and I so appreciate the support that they give me in this position on the board. I'd like to share a message from Valero to you all. Valero is honored to be a presenting sponsor of Impact San Antonio's 2022 Grant Award Night. At Valero, we know tomorrow is built on the actions we take today. In our communities, this means supporting incredible organizations like Impact San Antonio, whose mission aligns well with our strong commitment to improving the quality of life in communities where we live and work. By awarding significant grants to deserving nonprofits, you are helping them to make a meaningful and positive difference for people in San Antonio. Funding and awarding over $500,000 in grants each year is a huge effort. We have great respect for how the women of Impact come together again and again to do this hard work, and the tremendous care you take in doing it. We share our heartfelt congratulations to all of this year's finalists and grant recipients, and our deep gratitude for the amazing work you all do to improve lives in San Antonio and the surrounding area. We wish you all the best. And in our audience tonight are several Valero employees, and some right here, as well as sprinkled throughout, so if you guys wouldn't mind standing so we can recognize you. We'd also like to recognize all of our very generous sponsors, several who are actually Impact members, for their support in 2022. At the Amethyst level, each of our Impact Champion members have contributed $500 above their $1,000 membership, resulting in over $38,000 in 2022 to cover a substantial portion of our operating expenses. We are grateful to SA Women for their sustained contributions, and to our Impact Plus members, whose combined donations beyond their membership have added another $19,000 to help with cost of operations. A heartfelt thank you to our Platinum sponsors, Dave Sims Media, HEB, North Park Toyota, and Degrees of Work for their generous support. Thank you to our wonderful gold sponsors and our silver and bronze sponsors. And thank you again to all of our sponsors for your support. We again could not do this without you. Now let's take a look at what we've accomplished together in 2022. There is so much to feel wonderful about. We raised $555,000 in grant contributions. This generosity came from 706 women and 2 non-voting contributors. For the 5th year in a row, we will have a high impact grant in each of our 5 focus areas. And after this evening, we will have awarded over $5.3 million in the San Antonio area since the founding of Impact in 2004. Now, we can accomplish so much more together than we can individually. And we could not be prouder of the transformative grants that we've been able to award the deserving nonprofits in our community. At the same time, we recognize that our community continues to face challenges, and area nonprofits need our support more now than ever. So tonight, we officially kick off Impact San Antonio's 2023 membership drive. So, Grant Award Night brings to life what can be achieved when we all come together with generous hearts around a shared purpose of making a significant difference in our community. Along the way, Impact SA creates wonderful opportunities for members to learn about the needs in our community, gain fulfillment in participating in work, and forming lifelong friendships. So current members, thank you for your continued support. We look forward to you renewing and continuing to spread the word of Impact San Antonio. And if you're not yet involved, then here's your opportunity, because there's so many ways for each of you to help us. By being a member, by volunteering your time and your talents, being a sponsor, encouraging your friends to join. We welcome all women to join us as members, as an individual or as a shared member. And there's also plenty of opportunities to support Impact SA, again, in other ways. So sponsors and non-voting contributors. So for the guys in the room, that means you also have an opportunity to join. So please visit impactsanantonio.org to learn more. We also have a membership table in the back. The ladies in the back, who are very nice and waving their hands, are always happy to help. And if you would like to join or renew, you can absolutely see them there. And there's always no time like the present, so. Now, I'm pleased to announce our 2023 Board of Directors. It has been an incredible year in 2022 and a privilege to work alongside our 2022 board. We have accomplished so much together, and the amount of work these ladies put into this with their heart is unbelievable and absolutely inspiring. So thank you to all of the 2022 board members for all you've done. And I look forward to working with the 2023 board members. Now, before we get to the Grant Awards, and I promise it'll be pretty soon, it takes a lot of work to get here to Grant Award Night. And so I've asked Elizabeth Garrison, who's our VP of Operations, to briefly touch on the grant process.
Thanks so much, Angel, and hello, everyone. It is so great to see all of your beautiful faces here tonight. As Angel said, it takes a lot to get to this magical event each year. While our membership team is out there doing so much hard work to communicate how very special Impact San Antonio is to both existing members as well as recruiting some new ones, we have an operations team that is also carrying out our annual grant cycle. So by February each year, we announce our application deadlines, and then we host some agency training sessions where we educate area nonprofits on our grant process, and we also give them some advice and historical experience on what makes a really stellar grant application. After determining each applicant's readiness to take on a $100,000 grant, we pass forward all eligible project applications to our grant review teams. There are almost 100 volunteers, members, who commit their time to carefully evaluating all of these applications, and they have the critical role of selecting the best possible finalist projects in each of our 5 focus areas. So this year's grant cycle began with over 140 applicant submissions. Again, our grant review teams thoughtfully reviewed each one of those, and they narrowed those down to the 10 finalist projects that most of you in this room had an opportunity to review and vote on this past week. Once our grants are awarded, we have a grant oversight and outcomes team whose responsibility is to oversee the management of these grants through project completion and also through outcomes reporting. Here again, we have wonderful member volunteers who serve as liaisons who provide support and guidance to each grant recipient. Okay, so back to our finalists. I hope that you all were as impressed by these worthwhile projects as I was. I know for me, the voting was really, really hard. And hopefully Angela's had a chance to take a breath and a sip of water, because now I'm going to get off the stage and let her get on with the awards.
All right, thank you, Elizabeth. So I have in my hands the name of this year's High Impact Grant recipients. So as a reminder, we will award a High Impact Grant of $100,000 in each of the 5 focus areas. The second finalists in each area will receive a support grant of $11,000 for a total of $555,000. So are y'all ready? Okay. Then let's start with the arts and culture focus area, and please direct your attention to the screens.
Hello, my name is Cassandra Parker Nowicki, Executive Director of the Carver Community Cultural Center. The Carver was honored to be the recipient of the 2021 High Impact Grant in the focus area of arts and culture. Through the generosity of the women of Impact San Antonio, we're now able to bring our vision for a mobile arts lab to reality. As one of the oldest cultural arts institutions in San Antonio, the Carver has a long history of providing exceptional arts education and cultural experiences to our community. And while we've worked hard to address economic access through free and low-cost programming, we know that there's still many other barriers that exist, preventing many in our community from benefiting from our programs. The generous funding from Impact San Antonio gives us the ability to purchase a specialized transit vehicle that will allow us to take our programs out into the community, directly to where our neighbors live, where they learn, work, and play. From art making and drum circles, to story times and workshops, to live performances and demonstrations, the Mobile Arts Lab will serve to expose an additional 10,000 residents to the Carver's program in the first year alone, and that number will only grow from there. While we're still waiting to take possession of the vehicle, we're already experiencing the myriad of ways this program is expanding how we serve and connect to community. One of the most exciting aspects of the Mobile Arts Lab is all of the partnerships we're building through this initiative, such as working with our local park system to use the Mobile Arts Lab to activate underutilized green spaces and to harness the power of the arts to encourage learning around important topics such as sustainability and environmental stewardship. And to foster a sense of ownership, we're involving community in every phase of the program, including design. And as such, we're excited to announce that we are partnering with students in the Construction Technology program at Harlan High School. These students, under the guidance of their gifted teachers, will be building out the customized interior of the Mobile Arts Lab. Additionally, artists from throughout San Antonio will be invited to submit design ideas for the exterior artwork of the vehicle, with the community members ultimately selecting the design. None of this would be possible without Impact San Antonio. We are so grateful to the members for their support not only of our program, but for all of the organizations that they serve, and for all of the ways that they're working to improve the lives of our neighbors. Thank you, Impact San Antonio, and congratulations to all of this year's finalists.
Hello, Impact San Antonio. I'm Milby Hartwell. I had the pleasure of serving on the Impact San Antonio grant review team that was responsible for evaluating applications submitted in the arts and culture focus area. I'm humbled to welcome our 2022 finalists in this focus area and introduce the videos highlighting each of their projects. The finalists are Artful Recovery for Healthcare by Hearts Need Art and Operation Outreach in Schools by Opera San Antonio.
Our healthcare environments can breed anxiety, depression, loneliness, and even increase pain levels. All of these things can adversely affect patient outcomes. But what happens if we bring art into the hospital? I met Archie on day 43 of a hospital stay to treat his leukemia. He was feeling really down that day, but we brought some symphony musicians with us, and he loved it. And he confided in me that it was his dream to sing "O Holy Night" with the symphony. And so we made some magic happen. But our program isn't just for patients, it's also for healthcare workers.
The few projects that we have done with Hearts Need Art, we have seen a significant impact on our staff and their employee well-being.
With a grant from Impact SA, we'll be able to provide 5 days a week of programming for 45 weeks at Northeast Methodist Hospital.
This will be the first Christmas I'm away from my children. And this is, to hear music like that moves your soul, moves your heart.
With your support, we can create meaning out of chaos, hope from pain, and we can help our healthcare workers return to joy.
Yes, thank you so much. Awesome.
Opera San Antonio's mission is to produce opera of the highest artistic quality and to enrich our community through educational outreach and social engagement. Our goal is to break down stereotypes and promote opera as an accessible and relevant art form. Here's how our proposal for Operation Outreach in Schools works.
OSA will bring a full traveling performance directly into classrooms. We will rent a van to transport the costume sets and instruments needed to create an opera on the spot.
This grant will allow OSA to purchase the equipment needed to create a full production that can be repurposed and reused.
Our mission is to create a welcoming environment inclusive of all types of learners by providing social story packets, storyboards in English and Spanish, and establishing a quiet area as a safe, sensory-friendly space. With the ability to offer 20 free performances in the span of 4 weeks, OSA has the potential to more than triple our current impact in schools.
This program will help OSA reach underserved communities in all 10 city districts. With every visit, we inspire future arts advocates, planting seeds to establish deep roots.
Our passion for this remarkable art form will filter up to ensure that the arts survive for generations to come.
So I am pleased to announce that this year's recipient of the 2022 High Impact Grant in Arts and Culture is Artful Recovery for Healthcare by Hearts Need Art. Come on up to take a picture. We'll figure this out by the 5th one, I promise. All right, so next up is our education focus area. Ready for the videos?
Good evening, Impact SA. My name is Barbie Liao Hallam. I proudly served as the Impact Manager at De Zavala Elementary this past school year. Your 2021 High Impact Grant supported our first ever all-women AmeriCorps team at De Zavala. We are so grateful for your support. Our team was honored to serve alongside their partner teachers to help students learn to work in teams, build confidence, and make good behavioral decisions. Impact San Antonio's investment helps City Year Corps members provide 63 hours of behavioral support, plus nearly 800 hours of mentoring and classroom support at De Zavala. Our team provided over 1,700 interventions in English, math, attendance, and social emotional learning. Additionally, De Zavala's AmeriCorps team supported their partner teachers with after-school tutoring programs. Every day, they distributed after-school suppers, provided safe student vehicle drop-off services, and led enthusiastic morning greetings for all kids and staff. It was important to us that we contributed to the culture of belonging, and as a result, we too felt very much a part of the school. These activities embody our whole school, whole child model of engagement. As a matter of fact, I'll never forget the day when our team got to race decorated carts across the gym floor. After weeks of standardized testing, all classes got to compete in a relay race for a game of friendly competition. Picture this, a gym full of elementary students cheering on City Year members by name to win the title of best class. The energy was electric, to say the least. I knew then that our team's hard work had paid off and we were truly loved at De Zavala. So what is our De Zavala team up to now, you might wonder? Kay McCall and Vanessa Carrillo have returned to serve another year at City Year San Antonio. Kathy Preciado is now teaching at Compass Rose Legacy in her own Southside community. And our team leader, Megan Miller, was accepted to teach for America. And now she's teaching history at Davis Middle School, one of our Eastside partnerships. My own love for establishing impactful partnerships like the one at De Zavala continues. I was promoted, and now I'm the Community Partnerships Manager at City Year San Antonio. We are so proud of the work these young ladies did last school year, and your investment in our community is making a meaningful impact in our city. Thank you for your support of City Year San Antonio.
The City Year AmeriCorps program at De Zavala Elementary School during 2021-22 school year was highly successful, due in part to a portion of the grant funding that came from Impact San Antonio. Due to the pandemic, we have experienced staffing shortages nationwide that have consequently impacted our program at De Zavala for the 2022-23 school year. We are committed to reinstituting our program at De Zavala and using the remaining funding from Impact San Antonio for the 2023-24 school year.
Good evening, my name is Nikki Elgie. Serving on the team that reviewed applications in the education focus area was very gratifying for me. It is now my honor to introduce our 2022 finalists in the education focus area and the video showcasing their terrific projects. This year's finalists are Building with a Mission by Each One Teach One and Female Only Youth Development Cohort by SA Youth.
The illiteracy rate in San Antonio is 25%, and San Antonio has the second highest illiteracy rate among Texas cities. Each One Teach One has made it their mission to change these statistics.
Job opportunities, a lot of things that you miss in life when you can't read. You're passed up on it because you can't do certain things. So it is crucial to me to learn so I can succeed and do better.
Each One Teach One is empowering adults through one-on-one tutoring, one lesson at a time. No matter a person's reading level or ability, when they walk through these doors, they'll be welcomed with open arms.
Having a facility that's safe and comfortable for people is critical. We don't want to have cracks where the sun shines through. We don't want to have water seeping through the roof. We want people to be able to come to a place that's comfortable, that's safe, is accessible for folks that have disabilities, because we have people coming in wheelchairs and on walkers.
One thing every single student can count on is their tutor. Every single tutor is a volunteer fueled by their desire to help someone reach their educational goals.
It's a truly rewarding experience, taking people that cannot read at all and that have gone through life that way.
Each one changed my life.
And I remember I clicked the link for SA Youth and it absolutely changed my life. It was one of the best days for sure that I can remember.
Today, the City of San Antonio estimates 75,000 youth in our city between the ages of 16 and 24 are unemployed and not enrolled in school. 75,000. With your support, SA Youth will expand our wildly successful program, SOAR, by creating an all-female cohort at our Poplar Center. This targeted cohort will provide young women the opportunity to earn an accredited high school diploma, as well as provide critical, gender-specific services and support necessary to improve their level of education, earning ability, and quality of life. Each young woman will receive personal academic coaching to complete her credits and earn her high school diploma. Some will need help finding and making appointments with healthcare providers and accessing benefits. Some will need bus passes, as they have no other transportation to come to class. Some will need help finding food, clothing, and care for their babies. The young women we serve here believe in themselves, and we believe in them too. With your support, SA Youth can be empowered to help up to 55 young women per year to change the trajectories their lives are currently on. After all, these women are very well deserving of the help, of the support, because one day they will be leading our community.
All right, so for the education focus area, the recipient of this year's 2022 High Impact Grant goes to Building with a Mission by Each One Teach One. All right, well, that's a lot of excitement, and there's still some more to go. So now on to our next focus area, which is environment, recreation, and preservation. Please look to the slides.
My name is Charlotte Slimp Mitchell, and I serve on the board for the Breckenridge Park Conservancy. Funding from Impact San Antonio has helped raise awareness of the changes needed to improve our beloved park, and in doing so, preserve our history surrounding the 1878 pump house and the story of water. Impact San Antonio is truly a ground-level partner towards preserving the park's historic structures by helping the Conservancy kickstart our efforts to secure additional funds, which we have received. With the $100,000 grant from Impact San Antonio, we have surpassed our goal of $3.2 million to secure $4.6 million. this would not have been possible without the foresight of the women of Impact San Antonio, especially at a time when our park needs are great. We are in the early stages of using this much-needed grant to completely restore the park's pump house, and we look forward to work beginning in the park in early 2023. Breckenridge Park Conservancy's role is to care for and advocate for the park, and we're proud to stand with community leaders such as you to do what is needed to restore this 6-acre historically sensitive area of the park for future generations. Design review by city and state agencies is underway, and preliminary construction work will begin in the first quarter of 2023, including stabilizing the pump house foundation in order to begin restoration of the pump house itself and installing the new roof. We will update you on the timetable as provided by the city. We still look at having the completion of this project on time and on budget, and will continue to press on with the quality of the construction of the original roof, the beginning of where restoration is needed in this part of the park. Thank you, women of Impact San Antonio, for understanding the long-range vision of the Conservancy for a complete park renaissance, and seeing the need to begin now to bring to life the oldest extant industrial building in San Antonio. With your help, the story of the city's vital relationship with the San Antonio River can be told.
I'm Marianne Ryan. I hope you're enjoying this evening. Having had the privilege of reviewing applications submitted in the Environment, Recreation, and Preservation focus area, I'm delighted to welcome our 2022 finalists in this focus area and to introduce videos that highlight each of their project proposals. The finalists are Community Garden Service Expansion by Green Spaces Alliance of South Texas and Youth Sporting Success by Boys and Girls Clubs of San Antonio.
In the Urban Land and Water program at Green Spaces Alliance, we support community gardens because they don't just grow plants, they empower communities.
Gardens in the GSA network is more than the garden, right? The garden is just like the centerpiece that the people come around. It's a community, right? It's a community garden, a community center, a community school. So I think of it more than the garden. I think of it as building communities.
We're really here as a connection point for the community gardens in San Antonio so that they are able to remain sustainable long term.
So Green Space Alliance made what you see here today possible. To put this there instead of parts of the neighborhood where all the houses are all fixed up, that's important for us. So this has been another story of the redemption of a neighborhood, that not in a way that's commercial or gentrified, but like this is for the community.
It's been successful. We've been able to help reduce crime, but I think this is sort of like a seed to get started, right? And see that growth as a prototype that can be expanded and sown in other locations.
Funding from Impact San Antonio will help us make much needed physical improvements at 7 community gardens and facilitate more events and educational workshops to help boost each garden's capacity to serve their community. Helping people to come together around community gardens and urban farms is really what's crucial, and that's going to be what helps us in the future as we continue our conservation efforts.
Since 1939, the Boys and Girls Clubs of San Antonio has been providing a safe, positive, and engaging environment that inspires youth to achieve their fullest potential. The Boys and Girls Clubs of San Antonio is requesting Impact SA to join us in continuing the legacy of Impact through the renovation of the Calderon Gym.
We've done small remodels as much as we can afford on our nonprofit budget, but it's never been a complete overhaul. Without this renovation, our gym will continue to decrease in capacity and safety, and we just can't continue to see that happen anymore.
The grant is going to have an immediate impact on our youth. As soon as the project is done, the kids are going to come in here, they're going to start practicing, they're going to start utilizing the gym. But not only that, The gym floor is gonna last for 40 more years. So the kids that are coming to the club today will enjoy the gym, but also when they become parents and they bring their kids back, their kids are gonna get to enjoy the benefit of this grant. So it's not just a one-year grant, it's a generational grant. We're truly impacting the Westside community as a whole, not just the club members that are coming here today.
And so now, for Environment, Recreation, and Preservation, the 2022 High Impact Grant Award goes to Youth Sporting Success by Boys and Girls Club of San Antonio. All right, there's 2 more to go, so we're gonna take a little break. I'm just joking, I'm joking. So next is our 4th area, and that's family. Please look at the screen.
Hello, my name is Marta Prada Pelaez. I'm the President and CEO of Family Violence Prevention Services. Last year, Family Violence Prevention Services received a high impact grant to construct a structure where to house everything that the residents at the Battered Women and Children's Shelter would need during their stay. The project would allow us to close some of the rental units that we have throughout the city, making it more efficient for us to have a consolidated place, centralized with all of those items that are so badly needed. We ran into some serious difficulties from the get-go. The soil where we thought we would erect the structure was not appropriate for the building. And we received quotes that reflected a prohibited price. We examined several options, including consulting with industry professionals. We considered having modular buildings. We considered a slightly different site, and still it all came up to $400,000 or very, very close to it. The fortune came when we received a phone call with someone, a professional, who gave us another option, building the structure on a set of piers elevated from the ground, bypassing the initial condition that was so challenging, and the price was right. And so here we are, ready to begin the project. The enthusiasm is with us. The gratitude is nothing but larger, if anything else. And we will look forward to the day when the Board of Impact San Antonio can come and visit the structure. That will be of tremendous help to the agency in its provision of services to the victims of domestic violence that come through our doors. Thank you to all.
Hello, I'm Bernice Carney. It was very fulfilling to participate in the review of applications in the family focus area and the selection of this year's finalists. I'm excited to welcome these agencies and introduce their project highlight videos. Our 2022 finalists in the family focus area are Giving Choice to Children in Foster Care by Child Advocates San Antonio, and Transforming the Heart of Home by SAM Ministries.
Last year, we served 1,419 children that were in the foster care system, and we need to help them learn how to make choices again, learn how to make their own decisions, and learn how to be powerful. In our building, we have the space to build a boutique. It will be unique among the 900 CASAs that are in the nation, as we want to lean into giving children choices again and to help them grow and heal by making their own decisions and giving them their power back.
Instead of things being done for them, to them, it's going to give them the opportunity to have some control about what happens when they make choices, about how to walk in, how to make decisions, how to prioritize what things do I really need right now, and make choices in a safe environment.
I think that's critical. The safe space, the secure space, that psychological safety we're creating and knowing they can make mistakes when they choose. It's okay. It's incremental choice that helps people learn, thrive, and grow. And I got to pick a dress for the first time, my own clothes for the first time. Felt so special. But to remember that now, you think, that many years later, the impact of that is very loud for me in what we create here.
Welcome to SAM Ministries Transitional Living and Learning Center. This is the dining hall, the heart of this facility. This facility has been owned and operated and serving families in San Antonio for more than 20 years. While built in the 1960s, we've only seen cosmetic improvement to the space that looks and feels almost institutional.
Our Transforming the Heart of Home project will upgrade and renovate our dining and kitchen spaces here at the Transitional Living and Learning Center. From floor to ceiling and everything in between, all paint colors and materials used in this renovation will be specifically selected to create an inviting space that is calming and comforting.
It's a lot of bright, beautiful staff and residents here, and this room doesn't match. A happy space do help you feel good inside. And when the kids see that you feel good, then they'll want to be happy and feel good with you,
I think if we would have visibility from dining room to kitchen, that would be a tremendous step up. Families that have younger children, and we can't leave them unattended here in the dining room while we're cooking. We completed our 2 years here, got into my own apartment, completed my associate's degree. Now I am licensed professional counselor.
We've been a resource to nearly 850 families over the last 20 plus years. And with the help of Impact San Antonio, we can continue to be a resource for 900 families, 2,000 children for the next 20 years. Thank you so much for this incredible opportunity.
And the recipient of the 2022 High Impact Grant in the focus area family is Giving Choices to Children in Foster Care by Child Advocates San Antonio. All right, one more to go. And last, but certainly not least, is our health and wellness focus area. Please look at the screen.
Hello, I'm Barbara Goldman, CEO of Teamability. I'd like to tell you about the positive outcomes that our 2021 grant from Impact San Antonio has had for Teamability. We moved to the Multi-Assistance Center at Morgan's Wonderland in July, more than tripling the size of our clinic and our learning environments and allowing us to serve more children, up to 250 children by FY 2025. The Impact SA grant enabled Teamability to expand our overhead tracking system into 3 separate learning environments. The tracking system is an essential component of our therapies, allowing children to achieve more functional independence in mobility using a system of harnesses and motors. We have tracking systems in our multi-sensory room, our main mobility gym, 2 of our changing rooms, as well as our visual skills development room. A new and very exciting component of our expanded tracking system at the MAC are the training modules. These modules allow the children to practice their physical skills and improve their function using dynamic body weight supported techniques. This allows our patients to practice standing, walking, going up and down stairs, sitting from a standing position and standing from a sitting position, working on balance and obstacles. We're very excited about the opportunities that the training module will afford our children to gain greater independence. Impact San Antonio and Teamability share a commitment to do good in our community. Thank you, Impact San Antonio. You are already making a difference in the lives of the children at Teamability.
Hi, I'm Mary Thorsby, and I had the rewarding experience of serving on the Health and Wellness Grant Review team. Having reviewed applications in this focus area, it's my sincere pleasure to introduce this year's finalists and share videos highlighting each of their projects. The finalists in the Health and Wellness focus area are Mobile Changing Unit Implementation by Disability SA and Primary Care Clinic Pharmacy by Hill Country Mission for Health.
One in every 7 people in San Antonio lives with a disability. And at Disability SA, we have a vision to make San Antonio the #1 community where people with disabilities want to live, learn, work, and play. However, there are still some residents in our community that face significant barriers to being included in community experiences. They are faced with a decision between social isolation, compromised dignity, and their health and safety. These are the youth and adults with disabilities who require an area where they can be diapered in public spaces.
I would like to have my own changing room.
Disability SA is bringing San Antonio the Mobile Changing Unit. It will be the first of its kind in the United States. Equipped with an adjustable height changing table, Hoyer lift, accessible sink and toilet, the MCU supports a wide range of age and disability toileting needs, allowing San Antonians with disabilities the full enjoyment of our community's outdoor experiences. Providing the same privacy and dignity others have, the MCU eliminates their bathroom and changing needs as barriers to meaningful participation and ultimately a sense of belonging in our community.
Well, what diabetes looks like in America, it's the 8th leading cause of death, and there's 37 million people in the U.S. living with diabetes.
Yo llegué con mi diabetes, mi A1C es súper altísimo, sin yo saber que tenía diabetes.
Our patients that come to the clinic are the low income in the area. Our patients are 18 to 64 years old.
We probably serve anywhere in the area of 800 to 1,400 patients annually.
Usually they'll say, you know, I've never been to a doctor before, but I know something's wrong. I've been feeling really off.
That's our goal. One of our goals for this clinic is to give our patients top-notch care.
You know, we screen patients, we manage them, we treat them.
With the pharmacy license now, we would like to go ahead and be able to purchase more medications.
And it is a necessity for them. Most of the patients that we treat are diabetic, and with that comes many comorbidities such as hyperlipidemia, hypertension, obesity.
There's numerous complications associated with diabetes that has not been managed well, or like we term uncontrolled diabetes. A patient can lose their eyesight and go blind. Patients' kidneys can stop working.
With the right funding, we could help them with medications and with resources to help educate them further for their diet, help with their diabetes.
And the High Impact Grant for 2022 in Health and Wellness goes to Mobile Changing Unit Implementation by Disability San Antonio. So congratulations again to all of our High Impact Grant recipients. And we also want to recognize the 5 remaining finalists who will be receiving $11,000 support grants. All of our finalists are doing amazing work, and we cannot thank you enough for all you do for our community. And what a night this has been. I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening. Congratulations again to all of the finalists, and thank you for all that you continue to do for our community. Now, members, I hope that tonight has reminded you the impact that you are all making in our community. Every dollar of your $1,000 membership contribution went to fund these grants that we awarded this evening. So together, we have made a significant impact, and we appreciate you more than you know. Now, yes. So as we look ahead to 2023, we hope you all continue to help us cultivate a more vibrant community in San Antonio and in the surrounding areas. Now, please spread the word among your friends, your family, coworkers. Remember, the more members we have, the more of a difference that we can make in our community together. So our membership site, again, is open, and impactsanantonio.org or the membership table in the back. And again, if you have interest in taking pictures as well, we have our Impact San Antonio screen there. And also, to continue in the giving spirit, the decorations that we have tonight are actually going to be donated to various nonprofits in the area. So don't walk away with any of these decorations because they have a home. And finally, we want to thank you all again for all you have done for Impact San Antonio and for the wonderful agencies that we support. And we're very much looking forward to seeing you again. Hope you guys have a wonderful holiday season as we are kicking it off. And have a safe evening and good night. Thank you.